What's up, YouTube? Miller1 here. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Let's address the elephant in the room here. This is not Summoner's War. So, I wanted to do a video on Destiny 6. It's a game that I've actually... Okay, so I've only been playing it, I think we're coming up on 3 days. So, 72 hours. Okay. And I wanted to do a video on it because I have been enjoying the living bejesus out of this game. And to the point of, we're going to see how this goes, but this very could well just replace Summoner's War for me. I have not said that about another game in the over 3 years that I have been playing Summoner's War. I have not. I've been kind of for a while looking for another game to play. This is, I think, so far. I'm not putting all my eggs in this basket yet, but so far, this might be the game. So, it's Destiny 6. It has been out in Korea since I think June of 2017. I think they released what they called originally a global server, but it's really kind of an Asia server in I think December. And there is no global server, and it is not actually available in the United States. There is a way that you can get it if you live outside of Asia, and what I'll probably do is, a couple of other like Summoners War content creators have done videos on Destiny 6. YDCB has done several of them now. Childish has done a couple of them now. In Childish's first video, he wrote out instructions on basic instructions on how to get this game if you live in the United States. I was able to follow him. You have to be mildly, I mean, they're not perfect exact click this, click this, click this. Okay, so they're high level instructions. If you have trouble following the instructions, maybe wait for it to come out on global. So that might be one problem I might have with this game, is that since it's not out like in the United States, we don't know how it's going to go, right? We don't know if it's going to come out to the United States. They say it is, but whatever. So anyway, but I wanted to talk about the game, some of the gameplay, what I like about it, what I don't like about it. Spoiler alert, things that I like about it far outstrip the things that I don't like about it. And just kind of, and I'm going to do this as a sort of a comparison to Summoner's War, since most of you guys are subscribers to me for Summoner's War, right? So you're going to have that kind of a perspective. Give me 1 second. I'm going to close my door real quick. Okay. I keep forgetting my in-laws still are living here now, and so there might be there are sounds in the house when normally there wouldn't be sounds because everybody should be gone. So okay, so let's kind of talk about this from the beginning. This is a game by oh shoot, I should have been more prepared for this. Netmarble is the game company that makes this. Apparently, I know that they are a Korean game company, but apparently they're they've like got a really long history, and they're one of the largest game companies in Korea. But they like started out on Flash games and stuff like that for the PC. I don't know where Destiny 6 falls amongst their you know, I don't know if they've done other mobile games. I don't really know anything other than what I just said. Um, so how you get the game is I'll post the instructions, but generally what you want to do is you get the APK from like a third party APK site. Your phone, if you have an Android phone, I do not have an iPhone, so I cannot speak to that for sure. But your Android phone will scan the APK from that site. It's a well-known APK site. It's not the dark web. It's not, you know, whatever. But it does host. Um, it's a third-party thing, so you will have to turn on allow unknown sources to install APKs on this device. You'll find that in your settings. You will also want to install a VPN client. There will be one that's in the description. And then you set that VPN client to Singapore so that it looks like you're coming from Singapore. And so then when you download the game and install the game and you play the first couple of minutes of the game, it'll think you're coming from Singapore. It'll put you on the Asia server. That's how you can get the game and how you can play it. Once you are through the tutorial and it puts you on a server, then it'll tell you you can click here. I'm not going to do it here because I don't really honestly know if there's information under the character select screen that I cannot show on YouTube. But when you click on there, it'll just tell you that you're in Asia. That's how you know you're done. And then you can turn off and delete your VPN client. As far as I know, it's okay to turn off and delete it after that. I've never needed to use it since then. Once you have a character created, if you want to install it on another device, you do not need the VPN client. You just need to go to that APK site, download it, run it, things like that. Okay, so let's talk about what I don't like about the game so far. Once you connect an account to Google Play or Facebook, you can connect to either Google Play or Facebook. Once you do, though, that's it. You cannot connect another account in this game to Google Play or to either Google Play or Facebook, whichever one you've chosen. So, and this is the kind of the problem. For instance, I accidentally connected an account that I wasn't going to actually use, that I didn't like. Basically, I didn't get an at5 on my first summon. And we'll get into that. God, there's so much to talk about about this game. But so I accidentally connected that account on one that I knew that I wasn't going to keep. I was just playing around, clicking on stuff, trying to, that's how you figure out an interface. And I connected it to my Google Play account. Well, I started this account and I liked this one because it seemed like it was lucky and stuff. So I wanted to connect this one to Google Play. Well, it wouldn't let me. Sent in a trouble ticket. One thing I do like about it, they got back to me the same day and they said, no, we're sorry, we can't unlink an account, we can't delete an account, we can't do any of that stuff. So they are trying to be very careful with account security. Great. But on the downside, I can't fix my mistake either. So I'm stuck with maybe a trash account, Google Play. So then I ended up having to link this one to Facebook. So if there is a global server later and I want to put an account on that global server, like create a new one on global, I'm going to have to create another Google account, and that'll be just for more or less this game, which isn't that terrible. I mean, you don't have to pay for Google accounts or anything. It's just a thing I have to manage in the background that I'd rather not have to do. But if it comes if that's the price of account security, I'm happy to pay it. If that makes any sense, right? So, um, let's talk about, so that's how you get the game, install it, get through the tutorial. Let's talk about some of the aspects of the game. So when you log in, this is the first screen you get when you log in. You can choose this screen. This is selectable, although I think that it is selectable under here, and I don't want to click on this. But hang on, let me do this real quick. Haha, and let me check it real quick. Okay, so there is. Okay, is there any? All right. I don't think. Okay, as long as I don't click on that screen. Okay. I think I'm okay. As long as I don't click on that screen. All right. Okay, hang on. Okay, so we can do this. All right. So we can. I just can't click on. It's not showing it under the thing. That's interesting. I thought it would. There we go. Now it is. Okay, so I can't click on the game info tab because that includes probably what is a unique player ID. So, but I can click on the rest of the stuff because this is the account, and I have it connected to Facebook. Game settings here, you can do change your graphics quality. You can turn on and off vibration. The skills, the strike skill VFX. There's a specific skill called strike. And if you use it, it will like do this little miniature 2-second cutscene. It's like a crit animation in Summoner's War, right? It's a very short, 2-3 seconds, maybe 4. I don't know. I never counted how many seconds, but all that kind of stuff. You change the frame rate, lobby. So this is where you can choose the Inua or Sylva's plane. I'll change this and show you, and you can change the background music, all that kind of stuff. You can turn on and off alerts here. It does have a late night alerts where it gets turned, where you can turn off alerts overnight. I love that. I don't know how it determines what time nighttime is because we're in Asia, right? So, but you know, whatever. And then a language screen. Okay, so pretty simple there. The game info tab doesn't show anything other than like it shows the version of the game, shows your account ID number, a couple other things that are, you guys don't need to see. All right. So coming back here, so this is the other lobby. It's all the same. It's just a different background, right? So no big deal. I like the other one because I like the dark background. I think I can click. Yep. Okay. I like the dark background because to me, darker means it's lighting up fewer pixels on the screen, and that gives me better battery life. That's my understanding of how OLED phones work. So kind of keep that in mind. And it's just gorgeous. The characters are kind of like, I think what they call chibi, which is like a Japanese anime style where everything is kind of short and squat and cutesy looking, but it's not that cutesy looking, right? So we can go, like, main screens here are your heroes. Click on that, and it shows you all of the heroes, monsters that you have summoned. Again, most, in fact, of the concepts you're going to see in here, it looks like they were kind of taken from Summoner's War, or maybe there's another game that Summoner's War kind of took these concepts from, that this also took concepts from, but you can really see there's a lineage here. It's very similar, but at least, like, unlike some what I would call knockoffs of Summoner's War, they're not trying. They didn't create the exact same characters and all that kind of stuff. So that you can definitely tell that the characters are unique, the gameplay is unique. It's just some of that other stuff is very much like Summoner's War. So, like I said, I've been playing for 3 days, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 nat 5s that I've summoned. It One of the things that they tell you to do. I'm by the way, I'm eating my lunch here, so this is technically lunch with Mel. But one of the things that they tell you to do, or that's suggested, is there's a process by which you can reroll your character, basically clear the data on your phone, and there's a little something that you ought to do in between, unless you want to really re-download all of the background files. If you're on a fast Wi-Fi, then all you have to do is clear data, clear cache on your phone, and you can start anew. But you get a legendary scroll after you finish the intro, the little tutorial. From what I've seen, my personal experience, I think a nat 5 will come out maybe 1 in 3 legendary scrolls. It took me 3 tries to get my first legendary off my first nat 5 off my first legendary. It took me 3 tries. That was it. I've been getting them off of ruby summons, rubies are crystals. Same thing as crystals. These are the same as mana. This is your money. It's coins. This is like energy in Summoner's War. These are your adventure keys. Look, I've got like 435 adventure keys. They just dump and dump and dump you with resources when you first start the game, which I think is amazing. You get to actually play the game as much as you want to play the game to start out with. They give you a legendary scroll to start out with, and it's not like, oh, it summons the same one every time. No, it's whomever you get. It might be a 4-star, it might be a 5-star. And then after you've played the first scenario, so like I'm getting ahead of myself. But after you play the first like scenario, so like in Summoner's War, it would be the equivalent of once you've gone all the way through all 7 levels of Garen Forest. So the first scenario is what we call them. They give you 350 crystals. Well, with 350 crystals, rubies they call them in here, you can do what is the Summoner's War equivalent of a premium pack. Well, the difference in this game is every time you do a premium pack, you're guaranteed at least a nat 4. Guaranteed. And so I've seen people get 2 nat 5s on a premium pack plus a nat 4. I've personally gotten 3 4-stars and a 5-star in a premium pack. So anyway, but I want to show you some of the character designs. This is Arcana. This was my first nat 5. They're not going for the boobs in this game. If that's what you're looking for, Summoner's War's got boobs. This game, not so much. They're these little chibi characters. They're kind of cute. And then we've got Adonis. Summoner's War has like water, fire, wind, and light, dark. This game does rock, paper, scissors. That's how they differentiate. They have the same attribute advantage as Summoner's War does, but they just go by rock, paper, scissors. So this is a rock Adonis. That's the character's name. They have titles in this game. Titles give your characters additional stats. And then he's part of this faction, which is he is part of the, I don't have all the stuff memorized, the Medina Kingdom, no, I'm sorry, the Silvus Consul faction. Let's see other characters. So orbs are like runes. Only in this game there's only 4 of them. They give you stats. I don't have enough experience with them. It seems like slot 2 is always attack. It seems like slot 1 is always some sort of hit points. Slot 3 is always some sort of defense, and then slot 4 is always some sort of critical rate. Seems like that's been my experience. Again, I've been playing for 3 days and I have barely gotten into the game, right? But just like slot 1 runes, hit points. These are flat hit points, but they do come in percentages as well. You get set bonuses, so vitality are hit points, bravery or attack, iron wall is defense, concentration is critical rate, and punishment is critical damage. There's a 2 set and a 4 set for everything. There is awakening, but it's not just one level of awakening. There are multiple levels of awakening. So you can, let's see here. There are, I don't know how many levels of awakening there are. I think there's a level of awakening for every star. So I think there's 6 levels of awakening. After a certain level of awakening, sorry, I don't remember exactly. I think it's level 3. They change their appearance. And so this guy will, when he's awakened, will look like this guy eventually. Oh, stage details. I bet you. Yeah. So there's 6 levels of awakening. Each level of awakening gives a different bonus. So defense increase. And by the way, this is not defense across the board. So if it's an attack type monster, it gets an attack bonus effect. At stage 2, you can use crests. Crests are like additional runes. They're just like the orbs, only they give different stats types things. So different awakening stuff. Here are the crests. Crests are, you get them the same way as, well, no, you get them from like the equivalent of giants. There's literally a dungeon called Giants. But they are, instead of like attack, defense, crit rate, these are skill cooldown reductions, status resistance, status activation, debuff durations, things like that. So these are different helpful things for your character. I do not have them awakened enough to have crests. Again, 3 days in the game. But I did try dragons once, or giants once, and I got some crests to put on once I do awaken them. You can enhance. Enhance is where you go to if you want to level up your monster. So these guys are like Devilmon, these enhanced Ragoon. They're like, not Devilmon, they're like Angelmon. So they come in each type: scissors, paper, rock, things like that. You can use them to level up your monsters. Now, or you can use them as, they're sort of dual role. They're like Angelmon and Rainbowmon at the same time. So a Rainbowmon is where you get it at max level and you use it to evolve a character. Can I just, no, I gotta do this the hard way. I can't even use my, dude, come on. Hello. Just waiting for it to catch up. I clicked on something, did something. I don't know. I'm gonna take a bite of my sandwich, which is now stale. I should not have started this video with a sandwich. I had literally 1 bite, but I literally could not wait to make this video. I spent an hour making this little overlay. I could not wait. Okay. So you can feed, my God, scroll up. Okay. So you can feed these Ragoons to them. I'm not going to do this, by the way. This is a waste. But like, this is a 3-star Ragoon. They come in 2 stars, 1 star, 4 stars. You can get them all the way up. As you can see, this is a rock Ragoon and a rock monster. So I'm getting 1.5 times experience to power him up with that. Once he reaches level 50, it will no longer say enhance, it will say evolve. You come to the same window, And then you can use, like say, if he's a 4-star monster, or if he's a 5-star monster, I would put 5-star monsters in here, and I can make him a 6-star. So it's this exact same as Summoner's War in how you level up and evolve monsters in Summoner's War. Skills, the same way. They have a particular little guy that can level up your skills, or if you have a duplicate of this monster, then you go in here to skills, and I don't think I have one, but I think I do apparently have a skilled Dragoon. You just put them in here as material, and that will upgrade one of your skills. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to use him for a scissors monster. I'm not sure if it matters. I don't know. I'm going to have to check into that if it matters as far as skills going up. But these guys are basically the Devilmon of the game. So it's the same thing. You use similar monsters to level up your skills. And then titles, I mentioned them before. As you progress through the game, it's like an achievement. You get little titles that you can use. Your titles will give you like, plus 25 flat attack, plus 15 flat defense, or something like this. This one's got one that's 15 flat attack and 25 defense, or whatever. So he's a defense monster, so I picked one that had the best defense that I had for him. So you can use titles. It's just another little addition to your monsters. I'm not sure if monsters is the right. Your heroes, whatever. So that's the heroes tab. There's a little thing in here where you can comment about the heroes. It keeps a running tab of if he's good or bad, right? So you get thumbs up and thumbs down. You can get more information here about your stats on your heroes. It shows you their skills. Every hero has 2 skills, 2 regular skills, a leader skill, and a strike skill. Everybody has one. Okay, so regular skills. It's going to tell you, okay, this is a cone attack. This is the cooldown. There are 0 breakpoints. Breaking is a special thing for this game, and I'll talk about it. It tells you this does AoE damage equal to 75% of your attack. Increase attack by 30%, and attack speed by 30% for 10 seconds. So, and then it's just giving you little icons for plus attack speed. Second skill is damage in a line equal to 1,000% of your defense. That's why this is a defense monster. Increase the defense by 40%, so he gets a buff. And then it status resists by 35%. So resisting other people, like stunning him or something like that. That's like resistance. And then his leader skill increases the attack of rock heroes by 10%. So that's pretty self-explanatory. And a strike skill. So each team has a leader and a striker. The striker doesn't show up until you power him up, and then they do their one strike skill, and then they're done, and then they're gone again until they power them up again. So his strike skill is usually their strike skill is some sort of combination of their first 2 skills, and there's strike points, and you charge up your strike points. So some of them are 4,000, some of them are 5,000, 6,000. I don't know what the range is on strike points. This one is 6,000. So like a 4,000 strike point striker will be able to power up much quicker, and you'll be able to use them more often. So that's part of the strategy of the game. Damage in a line equal to 1750% of defense, and then it does the buffs. Sometimes what you'll do is you'll have like a healer as your striker. That's what I do a lot. And so you'll have somebody that can do damage, heal the team for a big amount, and then they're gone, and you don't need them again until you need heals again. And hopefully you have your strike available at that time when you need your heal again. That's what a lot of people do. Some people will do like a breaker or some sort of a buffer, debuffer as their striker. It's a thing that you need once in a while, but you don't always need, right? Stale peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Okay. I think I went over everything. By the way, this little menu up here is pretty constant among all of your little windows. It's got your mail. Oh. These are things that I purchased from the shop. I found a couple of good runes in the shop. Orbs. You got friendship points, just like in Summoner's War. You send hearts to your friends, they send you hearts, and you can do like basic summons with them. I have a bunch more keys. I have 150 additional keys sitting in here. But since I have 450 keys already, 435, I didn't really feel the need to collect them just yet. Okay. On this screen, you have 3 teams and an arena team. This is where you set up like your quick access teams. Generally, what I would recommend is make a team with a rock leader, a team with a scissors leader, and a team with a paper leader. And then kind of, and I'm not sure if these teams are optimal or not. This is just what I've got for right now, right? Generally, you're going to bring your rock leader team against an enemy that is scissors based, okay? Because rock beats scissors. So any damage that scissors does to your whole team is going to be reduced by 30%. If you bring rock against rock, then it's even numbers. If you bring rock against paper, well, my team will have disadvantage, so the actual other team will do 30% additional damage to me. So if I'm going up against if I'm rock leader, and if I'm going up against a scissors guy, I'm going to bring a rock team, and I want to bring other monsters that are going to do well against scissors. So I have a paper guy in here, but I would recommend actually doing maybe 2 rock and 2 scissors if I'm going up against scissors. If I'm going up against paper, then I would want to do 2 scissors and 2 papers or something like that. So at least I have advantage or even against any enemy that I would face with that team. And then you have your arena team, and this is the team that you by default fight with when you go to the arena. And when somebody attacks you, this is the team that you are defending with. And we can go over that here in a minute too. Oh, so yeah, so that screen was, is it going to show me? Yeah. So mail, this is the chat. This is like a little help thing. So it's giving you a little thing. You can use rubies to expand the hero inventory. I might have to do that. You can obtain crests in Giant's Dungeon. You cannot hold any more adventure keys. And it's so there's a regeneration of keys, but I'm not regenerating keys because I'm already over by a lot. Okay, close that. This is arena rewards, I believe. Honor points. So you can buy things in the shop for honor points. I don't know what that 345 is. Oh, it took me to like their little package deal thing. So that's the sorry, that 345 was actually my crystals. So this is like what you can buy with rubies, or it's wanting me to buy additional rubies. You can buy stuff. I have found that I've never had to buy anything, but you can get all kinds of different stuff at the shop. Different packages, you can like summon scrolls, different features. Expanded inventory. Oh, that's only 100 crystals. It's not bad. You can get an experience booster, all that kind of stuff. All that kind of stuff. Recharge your adventure keys, recharge your arena keys, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. Let's get out of the shop before I buy something. I spent like $5, $10 on like a new package or whatever that got me like a legendary scroll, and it's gonna on the seventh day get me like 3,500 crystals and all kinds of good stuff out of this. So that's the only purchase I've made so far. So that 345 is my number of rubies or crystals, and then all that. I already told you what all that stuff was worth. There's also a time shop. So this is like the magic shop in Summoner's War. It refreshes I think every 3 hours. I think you get one free shop refresh per day. Let's see here. This does not look very good. What about this one? See, this has got the defense percent, and it's a defense. This is a pretty good one. Yeah, let's go ahead and buy this one. Why not? You can buy, well, this would be to buy the slot, but so these are fragments. So you can buy fragments for a summoning scroll for this character. So I could buy for 350,000 10 fragments to summon this hero. Which, if I had 350, that might. If I had 350 to burn. But there's awakening materials here as well. Awakening materials is what you use to awaken them. You get those from a particular dungeon. And then map pieces. This is like for a secret dungeon. They usually use the term secret dungeon to have a secret dungeon for a random 3 or 4 star monster in the secret dungeon. The 4-star secret dungeons are too hard for me to do. And the 3-star secret dungeons I don't really want to do. Sorry, I'm just kind of going through all this stuff. Tome of Prophecies. This is kind of like a little. Here are things that you can do in the game, and we'll give you bonuses if you do them. So if I awaken a hero, I get additional 50 crystals, and then after that, if I clear Medina 3 hard, then I get a Medina summoning scroll. That's a 3 to a 5-star. I could get a 5-star out of this. And then clear Tower of Promises twice. I don't know if that's a particular level or any level. And then clear Medina. So just go through here, and then after I do all these, I get an additional 150 crystals. So you get lots of crystals for doing this stuff. And then there's a chapter 8 and a chapter 9 and a chapter 10. I don't know how long this goes. I don't know if, oh, no, apparently it goes to chapter 15, and then that's it. And it goes all the way through the hell modes of all the dungeons, of all the scenarios. But it's just free bonuses for doing stuff. There's achievements for everything. I'm not going to go through all this stuff. There's an achievement for everything. The Codex is your list. It's your Pokedex. So it keeps track of what you've summoned, what you haven't summoned. Every time you summon a new monster, you get basically crystals for it. Hey, you summoned a new monster. Here's 10 crystals or something like that. I'm not a part of a guild yet. I know that etc. stuff is, you can go straight to your friends list. You can go straight to your awakening. You can go the awakened materials that you have. All that kind of stuff. So let's go to the summon here. I don't have enough crystals to summon anything. I might have a scroll, maybe. Oh, I don't have anything. But this is where you summon. It just lists the scrolls that you have. You can do a 10-time summon. Here's what it says: 1 bonus summon in 14 or in 4-star or higher hero guaranteed. If you have any fragments, I only have 2 out of 30 of the Wu Ying fragment, but this is where you could go there. And you can summon items. I don't know what that is, but I guess I'll find out. One thing to notice is this mileage. Every time you do summons with rubies and you do not get a 4 or a 5 star, this little bar goes up, and eventually it'll fill up and you get a 5 star guaranteed summoning scroll. So even when you're not summoning 5 stars, you're gaining points toward a 5 star. So you're never going to go 3 or 4 months without summoning a 5 star. So that's an important thing. There's an event going on right now where if you summon through this tab instead of this tab, there's a 5 times greater chance to obtain a Shaolin when a 5 star appears. So I assume that they're going to go through different events throughout time, and I don't know if it'll happen, you know, like if you want a particular hero, if that event comes up for that hero, you just summon and then you have a greater chance of actually getting the one that you want. So you have to wait for that hero's time to come around, but you know, there's a Shaolin. I went and I did a premium pack and boom, I got a 5 star and it was Shaolin. So what else can you ask for, right? That's the summoning. In 41 minutes, I haven't shown any gameplay yet. I think the shop we pretty much showed. Costumes. There are little costumes that they release throughout various times. So there was apparently some costumes that they put out around Christmas. So you can have normal or whatever. Or there was a Marine World. I don't know what that one is all about, but they cost 2,500 crystals. But they give you 10% stats bonuses on HP, attack, and defense. Is it 10% or maybe just 10? It says 10%. But if you buy a costume, you don't even have to equip the costume to get that 10% bonus. So it's awesome. They release them, you know, here and there. These are the heroes that they've released costumes for. I don't have all of them, but I do have some of them. What else? I think that's it for now. Let's do some gameplay. So I'm going to go to Adventure. And I'm going to go, so Tower of Promises. This is Trial of Ascension Trial of Ascension in Summoner's War. There's, I think, I don't know if it's 100 floors or 70 floors, whatever. There's a lot of floors. You get something for every floor that you clear. So that's kind of cool. But you only get 6 keys at a time, okay? You don't use your regular adventure keys for those. You use special tower keys. Each floor costs 2. I don't know if the cost of each floor goes up as it goes higher. I don't know. I'm only, from where I am, it's only 2. And then those refresh, like you get more tower keys every like 45 minutes. So you can't spam it. That's the important thing. You can't just spam, crash all the way through the Tower of Promises. You have to do a few levels a day. It's fine. I love that, actually. I don't feel pressured to do it all in one day. I can kind of spread it out. And then here, so these are all the scenarios. There's Silva's, Medina. I'm on the hard level now. But this Krosik is like where all the dungeons are. So there's a daily dungeon, a descended dungeon, a enhanced dungeon, and a giant's dungeon. Let's do these. So the daily dungeons where you get awakening materials. The primal one is the basic regular awakening material, and then each day there is a different flavor of Stalwart Titan. This one is the paper, so today is paper day, and it changes each day, just like in Summoner's War. This would be the essence of magic, this would be the essence of fire, or the essence of water, or something like that, right? So I happen to need some of these, so let's go ahead and do this. I'll show the gameplay here. Just go enter. You can see that this guy is a scissors. So I'm going to bring in my rock team. It tells me that I have advantage over him. This auto repeat button is the farm button. I can hit auto repeat here, hit ready and play, and put my phone down, come back to it an hour later, and it will have farmed this dungeon for an hour. Now, I can't do that for this dungeon because there is a maximum number of times that you can clear these dungeons. You can clear between the two of them 5 times at most per day. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 primal and 3 stalwart, because I have 2 paper guys that need to be awakened. So let's go ahead. I can only do up to 4 too. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm not going to do auto repeat though. Okay, you could choose friends monsters here if you want. I'm not going to. They also have trial heroes. Like these are provided by the game to, you know, I guess if you don't have any friends left or something, you can use one of these per day if you want. I'm not going to. Let's go ahead and just hit enter. Nice little splash screens. Very much like Summoner's War. Okay. So this will auto if I let it. But at any time I can take control. So right now I'm just letting it auto just to kind of go to explain the interface while it's running. But there's this button here for skill auto on. I can turn this off and I won't use my skills, or I can turn it on and it will use my skills automatically. So there's multiple levels of automation here. Also, at any time, whether I have it on auto or not, I can click on the screen and take control of my guys and move them around at any time. Okay, so then I click and I drag it up. So I'm going to use that skill against him. Let's go over here. So here's a break. Whenever he does that red thing, it's doing a break. So I do a break skill, and so what that does is it stuns him for a little bit, and then it counts how many combo attacks I get while he's broken. And I don't know what I get out of it, but I'm just using the strike skill. So this is that cut scene I was telling you about. Give me a shield, give him some extra damage. But it will rank your damage that you do against him while he's broken, and I don't know what it gives you. It might give you extra gold. It might, I don't know what it gives you, but sometimes like you get number of stars based on like your performance, and each thing you go through has a different requirement for to get this star. So, you know, 1 star, clear the dungeon. To get 2 stars, you have to clear the dungeon and use your break skill at least 1 time. And the 3rd star is clear the dungeon, use your break skill, and get a score of A at least, you know, while the monster's broken, or something like that. Something like that. Okay, so I got 10 basic awakening materials. That's great. So I can just hit repeat, or I can go on to the next level if I want. I'm going to go ahead and repeat. Floor 2 is like an easy farm for me, so that's what I'm going to do. And all I need right now is basic anyway. I love the style of this game. It's kind of like steampunky in certain ways. I mean, there's guns and gears and the little flying airship. And so let's do this skill. Just kind of see what they show you how they look. I think they're all pretty cool. But yeah, I like the style of the game. It's kind of fantasy, kind of steampunk, kind of magic stuff. So it's cool. Okay. You can click during that little boss thing and get past it. I'm gonna go ahead and hit my striker, because my striker does a heal and puts a shield up, which is helpful to me. Oh, okay, so I did get a break. So you see that's counting the combo here. So I got 13-point combo. I don't know what that score does or whatever. I don't know how it helps me. Keeps a clear time. This is my reward. More basic awakening materials. That's what I want. Okay, let's go back to the world map. I did get a level, by the way. Leveled my character. Not my hero, but leveled my account. Here's telling me that. So my maximum adventure keys went up, and I got a better recharging of adventure keys. Alright, so let's go back to the daily dungeon, but instead of doing the primal, we're going to do the stalwart. I have to do level 1 before I do level 2. So let's go into here. I want to look, because I want to get 3 stars here. Clear the adventure, clear an adventure without reviving, clear an adventure only with heroes grades 2 or higher. Well, I think we can handle that. I'm not going to bring any 1 stars. He is, I'm at disadvantage because he's paper. So I'm going to bring my scissors. So now I'm at advantage. So since this is just level 1, I'm sure that I can just auto this. But what I really like is that I can go into like the scenario. The scenario is where you farm runes, right? I can go into a scenario, select the end stage of the scenario, which has a chance of dropping all different runes. I like that skill, isn't that cool? Or this big thing. So I can go into the scenario, hit the auto repeat, and just let it farm orbs for me for like an hour. Or like when I'm leaving work, I can set it to start. My phone can be farming runes while I'm driving in the car. I don't have to look at it. I don't have to nothing. I come back and it's farmed runes for me while I was gone. Oh, this is cool. Look at that. Wicked. This is the first time I've used this character. I just got this character this morning. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, buddy. That's wicked. All right. Okay, basic paper. That's what I want. I'm going to go to the next region though, because I'm fairly confident that I can do the next one. All right. So this one says clear an adventure stage without using a strike skill. So I could just do this. Let's manage heroes here. I can take the striker out entirely. This is the striker slot, and that's it. I gotta remember to come back in here and add the striker back in there. But so now I'm guaranteed to do this without using a strike skill because I don't have a striker. I could also just do it manually and just not use my striker, but I'm a lazy son of a bitch. And upper levels are hard enough that you can't do it automatically, because you might have noticed like the enemy monsters are doing their own skills, where there'll be a red circle or a red line on the ground, and so they're powering up a skill, and you can take control of your team and move them the heck out of the way so you don't get hit by that. So there is a movement strategy to the game that you need when you get to like hell mode and stuff like that, when you get to the harder stuff. But there'll be a certain time when your heroes will be powerful enough that it doesn't matter if they get hit by these things or not, and you can just let it auto and farm stuff for you. But yeah, that's. But I also wanted to show, by the way, so up here, this is the boss's health, and this is my team's health. I don't have a situation where one of these guys will die and the other two will live. It's all or nothing. So I have a team pool of health, so that your squishy guy is protected, and your tank provides most of the hit points for your team, and is at the front of the battle and all that kind of stuff. So it's helpful. It's helpful to available in the Tuesday, Friday, Sunday Titans Dungeon. So Tuesday, Friday, Sunday are paper days. I've got 20 of these now. Might as well do one more. So it's just like doing your daily quests in Summoner's War. You do your daily dungeons. You don't have to sit there and farm all day. You don't farm giants over and over and over and over and over again. You farm the scenarios to get your runes, and then you can do giants up to 5 times, just like you can do this dungeon 5 times. So this is the dungeon where you get awakening materials, so it's like essences. Then there's the dungeon where you get orbs, or no, not dungeon. The dungeon where you get the crests, which are like the bonus runes, sort of. And then there you do the scenarios for orbs, and there is a dungeon for monster pieces. I might be missing one. Let's wait till we blast through here. So we got break, boom, boom. They get stunned up pretty much while they're broken, and you do all kinds of additional damage. All right. Okay. So let's go back to the world map. We'll go back into the dungeon area. So here's the hero fragments to summon. This is the enhancement. So this is where you can basically farm for Rainbow Mon, Angel Mon, basically. And it's just the same. Today's paper day, so these are the paper ones. Yesterday was rock day. Tomorrow will probably be scissors day. And then it's the same thing. You can do this dungeon up to 5 times. Successfully break 2 or more times. I'm going to go ahead and put my dude back in there. Put Shaolin back in. Okay. So one of the overall concepts of this game that I really love is that it's not killing my whole day. I don't have to sit in the game all day and pay attention to it and hit a button every 30 seconds to farm. When I want to farm orbs, I can hit the auto replay, and when I want to, and then my daily dungeons, there's only 4 different dungeons you go into. You only can hit them up to 5 times. So you get the resources that you want to get, and you don't the ones you don't want to get. So I do need to break this guy twice now. So I'm going to turn off auto skills because I need to do a break twice. So here's one. Oh, come on over here, dude. I missed it. He was down here while I was trying to break him. So I'm going to accidentally kill him. This is going to be hard to do because my break skill might kill him. Because this is just a level 1 dungeon, and I might just not worry about it. So here I have a Ragoon for paper. I'm going to do the next region. I'm not going to worry about that 3rd star. I think I tried it like 3 times yesterday, and I couldn't not kill him. I think I need to bring like level 1 monsters or something like that. I can't use my normal team, just so that I don't kill him too fast. So it's break 2 more times, 2 heroes of the same type. Yeah, we're good. And on this team, I only have, I think, 1 monster that can do breaks, and that's this dude. I'm just letting it auto default skill these guys. It's not even it's just default attacking. I'm not using any skills. They're not doing significant damage to me. Let's come back here. Where is... Okay, so now I can break him. Alright, so that's break number 1. Oh, I don't have a second breaker. Okay, well, let's wait for my skill to recharge here. Okay. And then it's just for the extra star. So you get extra awards, I guess is the right word, for the number of stars that you get during the day. And it's cumulative effect. So, come on in there. All right, there we go. And let's do the break skill. So that red thing is when you know that you can break him. So, and you can see that he was stunned. And I got a break rank of triple S. That's good. I mean, these are noob dungeons. But I'm a noob, so I don't feel bad against going against him. So I did level 2, so I get level 2 enhanced Ragoons. Let's see if I can do a level 3. So it might be harder. Clear the adventure with at least 3 heroes from the same faction on the team. Oh, 3 heroes of the same type and 3 heroes of the same faction. Wow. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. That's crazy. That's kind of... Could I do that? Okay, that's 2 out of 3. I don't have 3 5-stars from the same faction, let alone the same. Yeah. So I couldn't do that if I wanted to. I mean, I could use a 4-star, but I don't have one leveled up. No, I don't have one. I don't have one leveled up that I could use. So I'm not gonna worry about the stars. Let's just try and clear this dungeon. I'm gonna go ahead and let the skills play out on this one. I don't have a requirement that I have to strike a certain number of times or break a certain number of times. So I'm not going to worry about that. Here's my buffs, by the way. If I get any debuffs, they'll show up here. Oh, here's the strike. Wow. That's awesome. Nice. I'm letting it auto, but like I said, at any time I can use any of my skills manually, or move my heroes manually. See, I'm still on auto, and I can just stay. Okay, I want to use that skill, and I can say, oh, I want to move out of the way, and I can go here, and basically I'm manualing it while it's on auto. We'll do that. Smoked him. So I did level 3, so here I have a level 3 guy that I got. Do I have... Can I do it one more time? I think I got one more that I can do. At certain higher levels of dungeon, so these are easier because I've got, you know, a bunch of nat 5s that I'm using. But the higher levels of the dungeon, you get, like, if they use their skill against you, like, you're dead. You have to move out of the way. You have to not let them hit you. You have to move around manually. You can't just stand there and attack. So there is a different level of strategy that does come in the game. But I love these attack animations. Each one's got their own, and they're interesting. I love the thing where he, like, has the claws go out and then they claw back toward him. It's really kick-ass looking. Up here we go with the strike. Rawr. And you can turn that off, but obviously I want to keep that on. That looks really badass. But I think in Arena it is automatically turned off. Just because they don't want one person to be seeing an animation while they should be fighting, and the other person not. You know, I think it's turned off automatically. See, I got a debuff. I got a little frozen debuff. He is dead. There's another. So if I try to go and repeat, I think I've done it 5 times now. It should not let me. Hang on, let's check. Well, maybe there isn't a. Maybe there isn't a. Oh, clear count 4 out of 5. There it is, right there. So I've only done it 4 times. I don't feel comfortable doing nightmare mode, so let's just do the 3-star one again. But it tells you what you can get. So in here you can get a 3 or a 4-star. Here it's only a 3. I need to figure out what I want to make as my first 6-star. Got multiple to choose from. Smashy, smashy. And you get these in scrolls, so they don't take up monster spots until you summon them, which is a thing I like. Let's go back to the world map. We'll do giants. So giants clear count is 3. And it starts at level 30. So that's kind of a different story here. Let's do, I don't know, but so you get different stuff from here. You get either precision or persistence crests from that one, or you get, oops, sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. Or you get grit and resistance from the other one. I'm going to do this one, I think. Just because I can. Successfully break 3 or more times. I do have a, oh wait, I do have advantage. I do have a breaker, but I don't, and I think she does break as well. So, but, you know, breaking 3 or more times, that's a lot. I mean, they even copy the giants down to the fact that you're on a platform with the boss, you know, behind the platform, you know, reaching over the platform to see you and stuff. I mean, it's so much like Summoner's War. And this looks a little differently, and you can move around here and so I did break him. Look, I got a 19 thing, but he's almost dead. I'm frozen. like, finish him. Oh, frozen. I'm just kind of letting it auto. My Shaolin is not powered up yet. It's alright. Persistence, crest, defense. So I can just hit auto repeat on this. So here's the auto repeat options, by the way. You can end it when a pop-up appears, like if you get a level or something like that, or whatever. You can do it if you fail, you can have it automatically stop, or if like you get max level on a particular hero. I don't have that option. I'm not going to have that problem, so I might as well just let her go. Sorry, I just got work going on the other window here. But see, that's what I like. I mean, I can be hands off. I can be doing something else. I can go take my dog outside or whatever, or have a conversation with somebody with my phone down, and it's still farming. It's obviously better to do not auto, right? Because I can move out of the way of these things and not be affected. But this guy is not strong enough to kill me at for this team. I'm doing a weak enough opponent that it doesn't affect me. I think I got one more on this guy. Oh, it's auto reloading. I didn't have to do anything. I clicked, but I didn't need to. And if you click on it, it doesn't see, it says auto repeat starting, but I can tap during that time to cancel the auto repeat. This is the kind of farming that I like to do. It doesn't make for a very good video. Just me being quiet. But, you know, what are you going to do? When, you know, like right now, and I've got to look over and see, oh, I got to answer an email at work or something. During a video, of course. Okay. So, I did my requisite 3. I can't do anymore. So it would probably stop the auto. Yep. So you can spend rubies to be able to do it more times than 3. So, for instance, but it's 100. It's 100 rubies, and you can reset the count up to 4 times. So I mean, you can spend your crystals to farm more giants if you want to, and you know, so, but still, you're looking at, you can reset it 4 times, so you can do it a total number of 5 times. So that's what, 15 total runs, you know, in a day, instead of who has the time to do 100 runs a day, you know, is the big difference. Oh, so this is, so they have this every single day, and these are hell modes, but I can't clear a level 55. A level 55. See, so let's try and enter. Let's see how quickly one can get one's butt kicked. Let's see, he's scissors, so I'll go in with my rock team. Let's just see. Oh, let me do not auto skills. Whoop. Come over here, come over here, come over here. Come back, come back, come back. No, break. Oh, they already killed me. They already killed me. So I got hit by one thing and it went, it just squished me. So, I mean, my heroes are, you know, between levels 23 and 32. And this guy was level 55. So, you know, that's more than I can handle. They're 20 levels above me, at least. So, but that's an opportunity where you can go in and get pieces for a natural 5-star monster, and it's a particular one, so you get to choose. All right, so I did all of my dailies that I could do in about an hour and a half, and so basically the rest of the day I can, you know, farm whatever I want to farm, do whatever I need to do. Oh, here's my thing that I bought in the shop. Okay. Close that up. Let's go back to the lobby here. So you'll notice that there's some stuff that's highlighted with the little exclamation mark. So I just did a bunch of dailies. I'm gonna guess that part of this little event thing here is cleared. Yep, daily reward. Clear the daily dungeon. Clear the enhanced dungeon. So these are all little rewards that I can get for doing this. So that's 100, 200 crystals and 50 keys. And then down here in achievements, I have some achievements to pick up because, like I said, there's achievements for everything. So I cleared an enhanced dungeon 5 times. It gave me an evolution summoning scroll. And 50 adventure keys and 2 tower keys. Great. Oh, I didn't do the tower. Reach count level 15. So I got more crystals. So what, 500 crystals or so just for doing that? And you can see the kind of other stuff that they have for missions and such. But you can get like 700 keys for completing all weekly missions. Oh, I didn't do arena. Oh, here's daily missions. Send friendship points 10 times. Participate in the common arena 5 times. Special arena 5 times. Clear normal dungeon 3 times. So I didn't do normal. But let me do real quick though before we do. Well, let's do arena first, I guess. We'll do arena. We got time. We'll do a 2-hour video. Why not? What the hey? But see, it's telling me there's something to summon now because I got that one scroll. Let's do arena real quick. So they have common arena and then they have a great arena. So the great arena is where you can go in and do different leagues. So you know, in only original 2 stars, or only original 4 stars, or only original 3 stars. So that's kind of cool. So I could go into the one where it's only the original 5 stars. That's the easiest one because, I mean, for me, because that's what I have leveled up. This is just the regular common arena. You can put in a little saying that you want to have in there. I went Doctor Who. And let's see here. Yep. Is this my? Is that the team that I wanted to go with? I thought I put okay, yeah, I guess that's my arena team. Arena works pretty much just like anything else does, only you're going up against this guy's team. You can still auto, you can still move away. I don't know why. Oh, it's using my skills, so I can't click on them. So he used his strike first. Now I'm going to use my strike. My strike is a heal and a shield, so oh, he killed me. He got me. Rat bastard. But he's got, look, his dude's level 50. His dude's level 50. His account's level 29. My account's level 15. So, I mean, I'm not really sure how we got paired up, except for the fact that he's just not doing arena or something. I don't know. But since the game is, I guess, somewhat new or whatever, or maybe it's just because I'm so far down the list or something, you know, that wasn't really a fair fight. This one looks like it might be more of a fair fight. Yeah. Oh, they killed. Well, so I need to. What I need to do is I need to turn off auto. Let's turn off auto, and because I think that's hurting me. Well, this guy's level 52. Also, I mean. Okay, let's turn off this. Come on, move out of the way. Why isn't it letting me move? See, I think my problem is, well, I mean, I don't know what my problem is. Honestly, I don't have a clue what my problem is. That should have been a more fair fight. I was busy trying to make him move, and I thought that you could maneuver, but I don't see why it's not letting me maneuver. No, it's not letting me maneuver, so okay, whatever. Let's see if we can do that. Yeah, see, we're gonna win this one. Let's see, that guy was lower level. It just goes on about your rank, not anything else really. But one of the things is, I think you can only do arena 5 times at a time. You get 5 arena keys, and then they refresh, and then you can do more arena later in the day. But again, it's not spamming arena. Oh, I'm getting killed. This guy's got 51,000 hit points. Doing my strike. And so I healed to damage to them. But he's still going to beat me. Here comes his strike. Bam. And I'm pretty much dead. I need to work my arena team. Let's go back to the arena lobby here. So I'm out of arena swords. But did you just see that I got an achievement? Before I do that though, there's a button here for the airship. These are, like your crystal golems in Summoner's War and your mine and stuff. So this is like generating additional gold for you. this generates additional keys. So there's 9 keys in here. And then this generates additional crystals. So it's like that kind of a thing. You can enhance these certain levels to do, so they can output more gold or store more gold, etc. One of these I should be able to. Yep, so I can enhance this one because I leveled. So instead of maximum of 3 rubies, I can output up to 6 rubies at a time. And it can hold 16 rubies, so double. There you go. And of course I got an achievement for that. Alright. Alright, so I got some arena thingies for that. Got some more adventure keys. You can see why I'm never gonna run out of adventure keys. And then I got a title, hard worker for arena. All right, I don't know if there's a proper scroll to summon or not. Let's see what's in here. It's just evolution material summoning scroll. Well, I mean, let's do it because you might get something good out of the evolution material summoning scroll. So the way that the summoning works is this little guy will appear and he'll do the summon. This little crystal will flash a color. So it is blue, so I'm going to get a 3-star. But if it could turn purple, and that would tell me that I'm about to get a 4-star, or if it turns gold or orange, then it's gonna tell me that I'm getting like a 5-star material or something. So I got a 3-star evolved Dragoon out of that. So yeah, it's cool. All right, I think that's about all I've got. This is basically in 2 hours. I've done what I want to do. Oh, let's do awaken. See, there's. See, I thought I'd done everything I wanted to do, but I did not. Today was paper day, right? So I'm going to sort my heroes by paper. And this is the guy that I have not done any awakening. You can tell how far they're awakened. Once he's awakened to 1 level, this will become a silver star. And I need to give him a, you know what, I can give him that orb, I think, too. Hit point orb. Let's see, defense 8, defense 7, defense 5. I'm going to go ahead and sell this. That's significantly worse than the other 2. So we'll give him that orb, and you can enhance it, level it up. Just takes gold, and I like that it tells you the exact percentage it is you have of enhancing this orb. I don't like spending a lot of gold on these. These are, obviously crappy orbs, so I'm not going to spend a lot on enhancing them. But I did get 1% attack and 1% defense out of this, so I mean, it wasn't bad. But obviously there's going to be better percentage orbs and stuff like that. So I try not to spend too much. I have, these aren't leveled up at all, so, but I did want to show the kind of the mechanic of leveling up the orbs. I should probably get my orbs up to level 6 or something, at least. That would probably help me out. But, they're just placeholders until because most of the game I'm just cruising through, except for like arena. And, so I'll cruise through it. Once I get to hell mode, I'll probably have better orbs. I'll equip them and then I'll level those up. Oh shoot! I wanted to awaken him. Then I got distracted by the orb. Come on, Kerr. Come on, come on back, Kerr. Awaken. I'll just do like a. This is what he looks like after awakening. It goes from having a giant fish on his back. Because what's cooler than a bear with boxing gloves, with a fishing pole and a giant fish on his back, than a giant bear with boxing gloves, with rabbit ears, and a giant killer whale on his back? I mean, right? That's totally cool. So I'll awaken him. It's telling me that the material that it's going to require. And then, so he's 1 level awakened, and he got additional attack from it. And Tome of Prophecy says, because remember when I looked at the tome, it said that it said that awakening was the next thing that I should do. So that's what I did, and I got a reward for it. All right. In here, you can fuse awakening materials, just like you can fuse essences in Summoner's War, but you can also unfuse them. So if you've got like a higher level that you don't need and you want a lower level, you can do it that way too, which is a feature that I've always wanted in Summoner's War. So achievement, again, there's an achievement for everything here. So what did I get an achievement for? So I awakened 2 5-star paper heroes. I got 100 gems out of it. And I enhanced an orb successfully 30 times, so I got some money out of it. So obviously, throughout, as time goes on, there's going to be fewer and fewer achievements because they're going to be farther and farther spaced. It's, instead of, there will be a time when having powered up an orb 30 times is no big deal. I mean, there's going to be tens of thousands of times that I'm going to be powering up orbs, right? So there will be a time when those achievements are much fewer and far between. But I like the way that they do that on this game, where they stack achievements heavily early on in the game so that you can get that boost to start out the game to where you're not grinding up shitty monsters waiting for your first net 5 that may not come for like a whole year. So you get a real kick in the ass to start off with as far as progression, and I really like that about this game. I haven't played a lot of mobile games, but I know that it seems to be somewhat, I don't know if unique is the right word, but it's refreshing for this game to do that. On the other game that I was trying out, Transformers Earth Wars, that is a nightmare to start out with. There is nothing that they give you for, achievements or starting out or whatever. I mean, it's a barren desert, and the only way that you can get anything good in that game is to pay money. You can't even get like the summoning materials unless you're paying money or participating in their weekend events, and their events are only on the weekend. So unless you're playing on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on that game, you're getting nothing. So, well, my weekends are pretty full. So, this is kind of a refreshing, where they really give you that boost to start off the game, and I really like that. But I think that concludes it. I think I've shown absolutely everything there is to see about the game, tried to explain as much as I could. I do need to remember to get instructions on how to download and everything in the description of the video. So please do like the video if you liked it, and subscribe if you have not previously come to my Summoner's War videos. I'd appreciate you coming by, and maybe I'll hope to see you in the game. I'll talk to everybody later. Have a great day. Bye.